All right, everybody, welcome to the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. It's Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you know what that means. It's time for us to get it on. Season 4 has been rocking. We've had some great guests, great performances, and we are giving a voice to the people. So we're about to kick off the Simeon Henderson Show like we always do, a little something like this. Let's get it.
Stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, there ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. This what you wanted, cause ain't no turning back. This what you wanted, cause ain't no turning back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Season 4 of the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. Thank you guys so much for coming out, and I am excited tonight to sit down with our guest, Rell, aka Rell Millions. Now, Rell, he's known for his creative barber skills. He invented the razor brand after his passion for cutting hair. It seemed to dissolve. He decided that he wanted to utilize his skills as a licensed barber and develop other barbers, right? So, besides that, Rell, he has this thing for just helping people. So, he took his ambition and he started soaring even higher. He continued to flourish as a Chicago firefighter and a successful businessman. And Rell decided to leave his job as a firefighter. He took his $11,000 pension and turned it into millions. Hence the name Rell Millions. I want to welcome him right here to the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. Everybody, my special guest, because everyone needs to know a little bit or a lot about how to make money and be prosperous in this day and age. Welcome to the show, Rell Millions. Season 4 is kicking, and guess what? When we're giving a voice to the people, we need some voices that are going to encourage us and help us to get to the next level. Sure. And that's one of the reasons I have my little big brother, Rell Millions, on the show. Welcome to the show, Rell. Welcome to the show. So, man, we're going to get into it. Because this could be one of those things where we could take an hour and a half talking about this, but we only have 30 minutes, so we're going to give you guys some nuggets and some tidbits that are going to help you get to the next level. Rell has been a student to the game. Take us on the journey of Rell Millions, meaning when did you develop your vision and your best practices, starting from the barber industry, because you started your own brand, Rell brand, and then now you're on this whole other mission of the millions. Tell us about that.
Oh man, the journey it's been a long journey. It's been like a roller coaster. I got it from my mom, man. She told me to stay in position for possession. And which means that if you stay in the right line, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, the things are gonna fall into your way. So back when I was 19, I read a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And it taught me about masterminding. It taught me about pretty much just getting around collective-minded individuals who are looking to acquire like the same goals. So, somebody, you've been knowing me for a long time, man. And, this journey for me, where I am now to this Rell Millions, it started back in January, earlier this year. And it was my birthday. I had some people, I know you couldn't make it. I had some people come for my birthday, and it was some of my guys, man, and I saw that they really couldn't move the way that I was moving financially. And I said in the beginning of the year that I want my friends around me to become millionaires, and I said I want to have friends that are millionaires. So from there, the beginning of the year, man, it just started happening, like manifestation. I just started manifesting and just saying, affirmations. And next thing you know, I got a phone call, I got a text from a friend of mine who owns a huge restaurant in Houston. His name's Lynn. He owns Turkey Leg Hut, if you guys have heard of that. He was like, hey, man, I had my birthday. I was like, man, well, what you doing for your birthday, Lynn? He's like, man, I'm having a party. You should come down.
I remember you.
I'm like, man. This dude making millions and selling turkey legs. I'm like, okay, all right, God. So then from there, I get another call or text from one of my my guys who I went to high school with, and he was like, man, Rell, it's my wife's birthday, man. I want you to come slide to my wife's birthday. We celebrating her birthday because she was pregnant and she loves Christmas, but it was in January, so we doing Christmas in January.
Okay.
I said, cool. Another multi-millionaire doing his thing. Shout out to Chris Grooms. But yeah, from there it just started happening. I started going online and I started researching information about passive streams of income, income streams, and from there everything just started kind of linking together. Like when you go online and when you're into entrepreneurship, you'll see all these different funnels where you'll see a person's ad pop up, and that ad will take you to another ad and to another ad to another ad. So I was the guy who was following those ads, and I started to get obsessed with it. And I started following a guy named Bandman Kevo. He's from the west side of Chicago. And what Bandman was teaching was about business credit. And he started talking about business credit. He started talking about age corporations, shelf corporations. And from there, he was saying how you can take those businesses and revamp them, pay whatever taxes or whatever on them, if they have those. Some of them are shelf corporations that don't have taxes or anything on them. So you can pretty much use your credit with that business, backing it, go to the bank and go and get funding at 0% financing sometimes for 30, 40, 50,000. So from there, I really started researching it. I purchased the Age Corporation with a group of people who, supported me, my family. Well, my friends are pretty much like my family, you know that. So, we bought this Age Corporation, but none of us had credit. So we like, man.
The black man's taboo.
The black man's taboo is that credit.
Right.
So if you need your credit repaired too, you can hit me up. I can help you and give you some guidance with credit, and just education.
So let me ask you this. So we hear about how the journey has been going. The thing I love about watching your journey is that you keep it real and you tell the truth. When it's good, it's good. When it's not so good, it's you let it be known that there are trials and tribulations, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. With that, you have to have discipline.
Yes.
Okay? So talk to us about some of your personal disciplines when it comes to managing finances.
Okay. So I really didn't have financial discipline until I pretty much got to the fire department. And I really didn't even pick it up until like my third or fourth year on the fire department. And then once I really looked into resigning from the job, that's when I really started to have to look into finances and making sure that financially that it was going to be a sound decision. Because most millionaires, they make decisions, but they make calculated decisions.
Right.
So I made sure I did the calculations of how much money I was going to be getting back from my vacation time, the money that I had paid into the pension. And there is when I said, okay, look, if I take this allotment of money and I put this towards repairing some things on my credit, paying off some creditors, paying off some things, and things that aren't on my credit that aren't really, that's not me, I didn't do that, or that right there, that's off, I paid that bill on that time, but they didn't pick it up. Those are some things that I looked at between credit and taking the money with my job. I was able to take that and then be able to find other passive streams of income to be able to invest in. But honestly, when it comes to money, man, you gotta calculate everything down to the last dollar, everything down to the last cent, especially when you're manifesting things such as like the different passive streams of income like Turo or Airbnb. You have to know how much those car notes are. You have to know how much it's going to cost to do maintenance on those cars. You got to know how many times that car is going to rent out for that month. You got to know if it's a popular car in which state. When it comes to Airbnbs, you have to look at fluctuation of rental properties and seeing like where's a good place for Airbnb arbitrage, because a lot of people do Airbnb arbitrage compared to doing Airbnb where they have their own property. Okay. Arbitrage is where you're leasing or renting a property and you're subletting it through yourself through Airbnb. So
see that head? That head got a lot of knowledge, and it's just not a dome. It got a lot of knowledge in that dome, right? So before we go to break, I want you to tell us, educate our viewers on the importance, because listening to everything that you're talking about, it has a lot to do with financial literacy. Okay. Right? So educate our viewers on the importance of financial literacy and entrepreneurship.
Let me break it down like this, and this is a kind of a term that me and my team and my business partners we use. Is get your credit right first. Your personal credit is the foundation to everything. In the school system, if they would have started out with credit, with explaining credit to us, understanding the importance of credit, then you will know that if you use your credit properly and use it leveraged with your business credit, you'll be able to go and get mounds and mounds of money from the banks. The way that you'll be able to do it is that you have to show that you're credible. You start off with simple accounts, such as, you can get an account, let's just say you use one of my favorite banks, is Navy Federal. With Navy Federal, if you have someone who is, that's a veteran that's in your family, or maybe even a close acquaintance, you can actually get a Navy Federal account. And with Navy Federal has a pledge loan, which helps you to boost your credit, which actually gives you a primary on your credit. So on your credit, you get authorized users, where you piggyback on other people's credit, and then you have primary credit, where you have credit that actually was applied for through you with your credit, and that's what you use as leverage to go to the bank to go get money. So let me give you a quick free game. Say you have Chase. You have a Chase business account, right? You tell Chase, you say, hey, I want to start a business account, and I'm looking to acquire some lines of credit and some of your products. What you do from there is you take 5 figures. Let's just say you have anywhere between $1,500 to $10,000. You take that and you open that business bank account, and you start that account with a higher limit, so that when the bank sees that you're starting that account, they say, okay, this person has some money. This is a fluent person. They have some access to some funds. That's not really typical in the United States for a person to open up an account with $1,500 to $10,000. Most people don't even have $200 to put towards their starting their business. So when you do that with that credit score of about 720 or higher, with a credit card here or there, the bank will see that, and the bank will offer you funds. Wow. That is how you use that leverage. So say you start off with about maybe like $9,000 from Chase. You can take that money from that business account, because with business account, it doesn't hurt your personal. Right. You can liquidate that entire card and go invest it into something. Have a whole entire year to pay it back, and pay the minimum of like $50 a month, just so you can start your stream of income. But you got to do your due diligence to make sure that stream of income is something that's going to bring you back a handsome return to be able to pay for that credit. Nothing is free. Of course, we're spending OPM, other people's money, but at the same time, you better pay that money back, for real.
Hey, OPM, not OPP.
Right.
So everybody, you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. Today it's about educating you. We're sitting down with Rell Millions, firefighter. He resigned from the fire department. He took his pension and he turned it into millions. And now he's helping people build their credit, learn how to start different streams of income, and get to the next level. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors right here on the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. Get your credit right.
Get your credit right first. Millions.
Man, one person got credit, one person got cash, one person got a vision, one person got, whatever. But at the same time, you got to be able to put that shit together as a group. A lot of people nowadays, when it comes to African Americans and people of minorities, they don't understand group economics. Group economics is where you come together and you got different sources that are able to pull sources together and make it.
What's up, everybody? It's your man Simeon with the Simeon Henderson Show. And as you know, we had Jay Davis and the producers and the cast on the Simeon Henderson Show talking about the creative hustle. Great show. I came out, I had to come and support, and let me tell you, it was non-stop laughter. And your boy was in a couple of skits too, so it was going down. Make sure you support Jay Davis and the Creative Hustle. They're doing their thing. It's coming live to you. Make sure you support and continue to subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Simeon Henderson Show, and make sure you hit the notification button so you don't miss stuff like this. I'll see you next time. I'm your man Simeon. Peace. Back to Rell Millions. Here we go.
Let's get it.
So we're going to finish this interview up with a bang and give you guys some more nuggets that you need to know and some things you can chew on in order to grow your business and build your credit. Let's start right here. Before we go into a little more, I want people to know about you a little more. Tell us, what were some of your biggest challenges and sacrifices and decisions that you made in order to get to this level of financial success? Because I follow your stuff all the time. Not only that, he's like my brother, guys, like literally like my brother. And I see that you keep it real. Like there was an instance where your credit had went down. Something happened, and you showed everybody, because everybody wants to see the glory, right? But they don't want the story, right? So tell us about some of the challenges and sacrifices and decisions you've made.
So that particular situation, actually, I was actually going for a funding sequence. A funding sequence is pretty much basically once your credit is lined up, you got all your data points in order. As far as when I mean data points, that means that you look at your credit profile, you make sure that you have a 1 to 0 inquiries, you have 100% payment history, you have no derogatory remarks, no missed payments, none of that type of stuff. So at that time, I actually had put I had put a large amount of money through my Capital One personal account. One thing that you never want to do is put massive funds through a personal account that isn't set for that. So like different bank accounts have different levels. So I put a large amount through that account, and they actually shut my account down.
Oh, wow.
When they shut my account down, they froze my funds too.
Wow.
So when they froze my funds, I'm stuck with no funds. They told me 14 days. That
Wow.
14 days turned to 2 months. So I had a large chunk of money in there, and it made me have to start over.
Yeah.
Where it was like I didn't have the fire department. I didn't have my money that I had in my account.
Because it was all frozen.
I had to get back to the hustle mode.
Yeah.
And what the hustle mode was, for at least about 2 weeks, I was depressed. Like, man, I quit my job. What am I gonna do? My money is locked up. I don't know if they're gonna audit me. I don't know what's gonna go down. I don't know how this is gonna happen. So from there, that's when I really started tapping in. I was in a mentorship group.
Right.
In the mentorship group, I had a call, and one of the calls, Les Brown was on the call.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I asked Les Brown. I told him, basically how I was feeling and the situation that had kind of transpired. And from there, he said he wanted me to go check out a passage he had called Unstuck. And I looked at Unstuck, but as I talked to Les Brown just continued to just speak life into me. And told me that my voice was impeccable, told me that my mindset was great, and told me that I needed to give the people the mental freedom and financial freedom to be able to live their dreams. And I told him when I got off that call that that's what I was going to do. So, I've had a lot of things up and down in my life. My mother used to say, life changes like the wind blows. Yeah. So for me, I made sure that no matter what happened, that I would be grounded, and I would have my roots, and I would know where I came from. I would remember those things that my mother used to tell me, or my mentors used to tell me, to help me to be able to keep my mind on point. And I was about to say gravy. So my Corey always gravy. Keeping my mind always gravy. So from there, I would read books and things like that to keep me going and keep my mindset, because my mom passed. My mom passed a couple years ago. That was really rough for me. And then being a single dad for a short period of time, that was a lot. Then being a fireman, dealing with all of that stuff, and dealing with the trials and tribulations of the job, the racism and all of that crazy stuff, on top of going to work every other day, and it takes one day just to recuperate from that one day. It was a lot. And then I saw my health was falling. So, I really feel like it's nothing that I can't do. It's nothing that I can't go through. I can do it all, for me. So my goal, was to be a millionaire in 2021, and that's where we're going.
That's what's up.
So by January 2022, you will see them. You'll see that post.
Let me tell you this. Yeah. One thing, everybody, I've been loving watching the journey, and it's so funny. Sometimes we get so busy in what we're doing that we kind of forget about the little things. I'll say something. Jose, one of my producers, always tells me, he said, man, we got to figure out how to get this and how to get that and how to get this. And that's why I love having people like him around me in this space, because he's always thinking. And one thing I used to always love about you, I'm older than Rell, everybody, and he calls me Big Brother. And the thing is, no matter how much knowledge you have, you're always gleaning and picking from my brain or other people's brains, and you're always like soaking up as much as you can. Yeah. And I think that's what makes you so impactful. Yeah. And tell people how they can get out of their own way to achieve their goals. How can they get out of their own way?
Let me see. I got some notes on my phone. I'm gonna go because all I do is write notes, manifest, and just keep a positive mindset. But one thing that I can say is that the moment that you stop learning is the moment that you die.
Okay.
You want to make sure that a fool or the drunk on the corner, he got some knowledge because he been somewhere. And I remember one time I was cutting in the shop. I forgot what the name of that shop was. That one over there on Madison with all them guys where I used to cut Lil Rell's hair at.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, over there on Madison. So one of the guys, God rest his soul, he was the shoe cleaner. And he told me, he said, man, Rell, what a dang, man, I'm losing my track of thought. He told me, he said, the one moment that you shut your ears off where you don't want to listen is the moment that somebody is going to be telling you something that can save your life. So with that being said, like I always listen, you know. And one thing that you have to do is you have to be able to be emotionally mature to be able to understand and compute the things that come from people. You know, you got to be able to be a good judge of character. Where some things that they say they will be for you, and some of those things won't be for you. And you have to understand and be able to gauge that. When I used to manage the barber college out there in Richard Park with Mr. Phipps. Shout out to Ultimate Touch. I think it's Phipps Barber Academy now. When I was there, you know, he used to, when the people used to come in, he used to make me, you know, sit and talk to the people to be able to gauge their character, to see exactly where they were coming from, because it was a family-owned business. So, you know, you want to be able to gauge who comes into your establishment, you know.
Yeah.
So what I can tell individuals is to pretty much, man, just really just know your truth, know yourself.
Okay.
Don't be afraid. You know, you're going to get doubters, you're going to get naysayers. People not going to be there to support you. People not going to be telling you, let's go, root. They're not going to be there for you. They're not going to, you know, be there at 3 o'clock in the morning while you up watching YouTube videos about mindset, and then you still up at 5 a.m. reading about business credit. And, you know, nobody's going to be there with you on your journey but you and God. Right. So you have to have that inner passion to just say that you want more. And for me, it was when, you know, the boys went to Atlanta with their mom over the winter break. And when Cameron, my 11-year-old, came back, he was crying. And, you know, he was quiet for like 2 days. And I'm just like, man, that's not Cam. What's going on? So I stopped him. I said, hey, son, what's going on? He said, nothing, Dad, nothing. I said, man, no, you're not going to tell me nothing, man. What's going on? Talk to me. And I grabbed him. I said, what's going on? And he said, Dad, I hate it here. And I was like, he's like, no, Dad, I don't hate you. He said, I just hate living here in Chicago. So much violence. It's cold. He said, I just came back from Atlanta. It was 70 degrees. I'm outside playing soccer, chasing butterflies. Right. He said, Dad, I'm scared to go outside. I can't even wear my shoes outside. So from there, I knew it was a time for me to change not only my life but my children's lives. And that was my why. Everyone that's an entrepreneur, everyone that's an athlete that has some type of a financial goal, mental goal, level of success, they got a why.
Yes.
So when you dig deep down, and my barber instructor, Mr. Muhammad, back at Silk and Classy, they're not around anymore, but Arthur Muhammad told me to write down my why. And I wrote down my why in the back of my barber book. And every level of my life, it was always a why. For the fire department, it was the boys. Yeah. Because I knew I had to get them health insurance. I knew I had to be able to be there. I want to be able to go to Christmases. Being a barber, you up in there cutting all days and night, and you love your clientele like your family, but your family is who really misses out on you. So for me, I needed to change that. And now as I'm getting older, I look at life and I see what life is really about. It's about that quality time with the people that you love. So for me, my goal is to financially set up everybody that's I talk to. This is my family. So that we can be happy together. And a lot of people don't look like that. A lot of people live like that. They're selfish. You know, and when you start living life selflessly and you start seeing what can you do for others and what your destiny is for being here on the earth, like I know my destiny. I know why I'm here. So when you find your why, find your destiny, tap into yourself, that's when you'll really reach your ultimate success.
Man, there you go. So now you can imagine what it was always like when Rell was cutting my hair. Long conversation. long conversations about relationships, about our boys, my daughter, and about life, but just always imparting knowledge. So before we get out of here, man, he's been giving us a wealth of knowledge and information about what he's been doing, and I hope people are taking notes, or you want to find out more. But we're going to end with this. Talk to us about being humble and seeking God first, because I know you're a man of faith, and in His will for our success. So where does that whole thing stand or fit in the equation for you when it comes to you and your businesses and your well-being and your family and what you're doing?
You know what's funny, Simeon, is that the world really doesn't promote this that often. But when you really start to get around millionaires and billionaires, they'll tell you that their secret weapon is God.
Yeah. And all money, it says, in God we trust. That's why I don't understand why they try to take God out of schools and all this stuff. Well, and you put your hand, the president has to put his hand on the Bible.
Yeah. Well, you know,
and get sworn in.
Well, you know, honestly, man, I'll be honest with you. Like, what the society wants for our people and for human race is what they, the type of initiatives that they try to push. What we have to do is, being as the people, is we have to create history. We have to say today, right now, that we are creating history.
Yes.
So, as for me, you know, I used to really feel like, you know, I had kind of fell off with my relationship with God for a minute, and I really started thinking like that I was the one that was doing all of this. Like, this was me. I'm smart. I'm the smart guy. I'm the one that's going out here talking to these people, making these relationships, making all of that. Until I had to realize that it was God. Because as a fireman, you know, it really humbled me, because it's a lot of people out here who have mental illness. It's a lot of people who have, they don't have functions of their limbs. And at the end of the day, like, I realized that I had all of that. I had my mind. I had my limbs. I had, you know, an attitude to be able to discipline myself, to be able to cook for myself, clean for myself. Some people can't even wipe their butt. Yeah. I remember going into some houses, man, and one lady, she just, you know, I couldn't tell if it was really a man or a woman. And they were just there, and they were in a chair in a room by themselves with no TV, just a folding table. Wow. And, you know, I look at that and say, you know, that could have been me. But, you know, one day I was with my girlfriend at the time, and she said, you know, she said, I think you should really start getting more with God. And she was like, you should really start to pray more. And then she sent me a passage, and the passage said that God is with you on your journey. God is happy for you. But did you consult God, and did you talk to God about your journey? Yeah. And it was at that moment that I knew that it was time for me to get on my knees and to pray and to talk to God about my plan. Because without God, there is no plan. So for me, like, I'm not like a super religious dude. I'm not Baptist, Christian, and all of that. I believe in God, and I know what He's done for me for my life. And I know that I have a destiny. I know that my mother's up in heaven. I know she talked to me every day. I get all those crazy 111s, 222s, 444. Every time I look at my phone, it's 222, 111. And then one day somebody said, you need to go look at that. But, you know, that day when I prayed, when I went up and I went to my son's room, went to Sean's room, got on my knees, and I just prayed, and I just meditated, and I just thought about my plan. I really didn't even say anything. And I just said, thank you, God, and I just kept thanking Him. And next thing you know, I just saw my entire plan all the way through the end. And that's when I knew it was God. Yeah. For real.
What better way to end the show? Everybody, you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. I'm super excited, and I'm blessed to be to have the ability and to have people like Rell sit down with me and share his story, because we want you guys to see real people. Not just the superstars and the athletes. We want you to see real people that came from here to here and know their story and know that you can do it as long as you just put in the work.
Let me say something, Sam.
Yeah.
If you guys check out my YouTube, Rell Millions on YouTube, it's basically the story from when I went to the fire department to go pick up my one of the checks, and to all the way to present day now. I'm still filming now. I probably have about 20-something episodes. Only 2 are released. The next one comes out tonight. So make sure you guys tap in. You will actually see the journey. You'll see all of the entrepreneurs that I'm dealing with. You can reach out to them. You can reach out to me in all spaces, from exotic cars to Turo. You're going to see me on 100-foot yachts. You're going to see me riding around in Lamborghinis
and he leave me at home while he be doing all this
private jets, all of that stuff.
So that was my last thing I was gonna say, and you just told I was gonna tell you to tell everybody where they could catch you at. So you make sure you guys catch him out, Rell Millions on YouTube. Follow the journey, support the journey, and make sure that you pay attention to the journey, because I promise you, somewhere in there, you're going to see yourself and know what you can do and know how to get there and get some more nuggets on the journey. So, man, I appreciate you so much, brother.
I appreciate you, bro. I really appreciate
Finally.
Man, I've been moving, bro. I'll be on the plane, man.
Man, every time I turn around, everybody, Rell is on the plane going somewhere, coming back from somewhere. I'm like, bro, where you at right now?
I got a
Dubai.
Man.
What? I never been to Dubai. We got to go to Dubai.
I got some stuff going on in Dubai too. Wow,
Yes.
It's going down.
So I'm just looking forward to one thing that I really appreciate from you. You always stay in tune with me, and you always ask me what's going on and giving me little nuggets. And I know it's time. I told my wife, I told my brother and my cousins and Jose and my team. I said, man, it's time. It's time for next level.
Yeah.
And in order to get to the next level, you got to think next level, you got to walk next level, and you got to be next level.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, this time next year, man, all of us gonna
It's
be
going
in different
down.
situations.
It's going down.
You already know.
Everybody, Rell Millions, right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. You saw him. I think I'm one of the first interviews that he's done since he's been on his way. And I know I won't be the last. We're going to get out of here. But before we do, you already know what time it is. It's the 5 things you need to know by your Chicago fly guy right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. And before he do that, I got to give a shout out to the executive producer, Jamani Anamdi, Jose Perez, Shelton, your fly guy, Chicago fly guy, Smith, all the people that helped this thing run. I appreciate you guys. Let's check out what the Chicago fly guy is talking about today. We'll be back.
Hey, it's America's favorite personality, your Chicago fly guy. And once again, I'm bringing you the top 5 things, of course, that you need to know right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. Number 5. Once again, no justice, no peace. The officer that shot and paralyzed Jacob Blake will not have any federal charges held and filed against him. It's another sad day in America. Number 4. Did Kim Kardashian do it? Yes. She poked fun at herself as the host of SNL in her monologue. Now, she talked about her big assets. She talked about her pretty face. She talked about her family recently losing to politics. Kim Kardashian did the thing. Now, it wasn't expected that she was going to land the plane in the SNL stage. But Kim, you did the thing. She even talked about her divorce from Kanye. Yeah. Number 3. Mary J. Blige revealed that she did not learn about breast cancer and mammograms until she was 40 years old. Wow, Mary. Now, Mary is 50, so you know that was just 10 years ago. Ladies, this is the month of October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Make sure you get your mammograms because preventive health care saves lives. Number 2 in reality TV, Basketball Wives LA star British Williams has been indicted on wire fraud, identity theft, and using a fake social security number, lying to the IRS. British, you going down. The next time you hear number, it ain't gonna be for pleasure. Number 1, everybody buy black. Yes. Support a black-owned business this month for the month of October. I'm your Chicago fly guy, and this has been the top 5 things, of course, you need to know right here on the Simeon Henderson Show.
All right, everybody, thank you once again for tuning in to the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. That Chicago fly guy is always giving us the best 5 things that we need to know. And one thing that I took from that, don't forget to buy black, all right? And I'm not just talking about black shirts. So you can get a Be Symbolic t-shirt too. You know that, right? Just hit us up at the Simeon Henderson Show at gmail.com. Make sure you tune in, like the channel, subscribe, share with your people on YouTube, and remember to keep supporting the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're always giving a voice to the people. I appreciate you guys. Love you. Be symbolic. Simply your best. See you next time.